And so concludes the 2020 edition of the Rolex 24 at Daytona. And as you can see, we're in a pretty special place, Gatorade Victory Lane here at Daytona. And you can see behind me the, I'm going to call them the undisputed kings of the Rolex 24 in the Daytona Prototype International era. 3 of the 4 wins have come from this team, Wayne Taylor Racing. And this was an incredible performance, particularly from Kamui Kobayashi, who really put in some stellar stints to get ahead of the 77 Mazda, which finished second in class. And also the kind of surprise in my mind, the JDC Miller number 5 Mustang sampling car. We definitely saw some serious pace from the JDC team in their second year with the Cadillacs that we hadn't seen before. So that was excellent. And in fact, I said this the whole time, the duel between the 10 and the 77 was absolutely fantastic. One of the best duels I've seen in prototypes in quite some time. It was entertaining throughout the entire 24 hours, including the 12 hours in there as well. A historic day. They not only broke the distance record, something like over 800 laps turned, or well over 800 laps turned, but also they broke the longest green flag stint in history, somewhere over like 7.5 hours. Unbelievable. Now, obviously, the short field had a lot to do with that, but it shouldn't understate the accomplishment of the drivers. It was a really clean race. I think there were something like 5 or 6 full course yellows. That's certainly not a record low for that stat, but still, that was notable. P2, a pretty interesting result was Starworks. Taking the win there over PR1 Mathiasen. So unfortunately for the Ben Keating fans out there, not only did he not win P2, he didn't win GTD in his quest to run 2 classes in 1 race. Then we go to GTLM, and this I think was the best overall race across the board. You essentially had 4 cars dueling over the entire last 12 hours of the race. You had the 2 Porsches, 912 and 911, along with a 25 BMW and the number 4 Corvette. I would say that I really have to give the Corvette guys credit for getting one of those cars brand new home on its debut in a 24-hour race. That shouldn't be understated because that's tough. BMW struggled with that. Ford has struggled with that in the past in the GTLM division. And they even got the number 4 car back out on the grid after a 7-hour delay, but they repaired the car, and certainly I think that lends themselves well to the future of that program. But just a barn burner of a finish between the 25 BMW and the 2 Porsches. In fact, the 2 Porsches raced each other as hard, if not harder, than they raced the BMW. So that was just fantastically entertaining. And speaking of entertaining, GTD, that was, I think many of us call that the crapshoot class, because you really have no idea who's going to take the victory in the end of the day. And it turned out to be the number 48 Paul Miller Racing Lamborghini over the Magnus Racing Lamborghini, and rounding out a whole V10 podium, you had the 88 Audi. So yeah, just GTD was wild. There were so many different cars that were running up at the front of that class, and that's just kind of par for the course for GTD. I joined Team No Sleep today, went through the entire 24 hours, didn't sleep. I don't know if I'll ever do that again, but it was fun to do once. I'm a little bit slap happy right now, but I would just like to thank everyone for checking out the Rolex coverage. I hope that you were not only entertained but informed by it. I would certainly like to thank my cameraman Kyle. Go subscribe to his channel, Racing Nation TV, over on YouTube. As well, I would like to thank the Patreons who made this video series possible. And last but not least, I would just like to extend a very gracious thank you to the folks at IMSA, NASCAR, and Daytona International Speedway. The amount of access and faith in not only me, but also my platform, which of course includes you, the viewers, is unbelievable. And as you can see, the access just, I mean, this is truly a great thing for them to do. And as you can see, everybody gets some good access here at the Rolex 24. So I'm going to go get some sleep. I'm tired. What an amazing experience, and I can't wait to come back next year, and I can't wait to cover Sebring for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.